Hi guys, my name is Regina Roscoe and today I'm going to be giving you a lesson on conceptual art. Conceptual art was an art movement that arose in the 1960s. The movement lasted from the middle of the 1960s to the middle of the 1970s. The movement stressed that the meaning, the concept of the work, was more important than the actual artwork. The artists of this movement were known for utilizing whatever they could make the artwork out of and express their ideas. During this art movement, there were two main events that took place. The first was the Vietnam War, which lasted 2 decades from 1955 to 1975. In this war, it was a war between the north of Vietnam and the south of Vietnam. The other event that took place was the Youth Rebellion, which was the young people of the world that were trying to rise up and make a better world for themselves, which relates to this art movement because the art movement was taking away the old way of doing things and using materials that are usually not used to create the artwork. There were many countries that were involved in this art movement, including the United States, which speaks English, the Soviet Union, which was what came before Russia, where they spoke Russian, Japan, where they speak Japanese, Latin America, in which Brazil is part of, and they speak Portuguese, places in Europe, including France, which speaks French, England, which speaks English, and Italy, which speaks Italian. There are many famous artworks of this time period, of this art movement. However, there are a few that I'm going to mention right now. The first one is the Cadillac Ranch, which was made in 1974 by Chip Lauren, Hudson Marcus, and Doug Michaels. The meaning behind this artwork is that anyone can go to this place in the desert where the cars are set up and paint the cars. So the meaning is that anyone can go there and anyone can place their mark on the cars. The second artwork is called Infinity Room, which was made in 1963 by Yayoi Kusama. She made this out of lights and out of any material that she could find, and the meaning behind this piece of artwork was that she wanted it to seem as if it went on forever and as if you were in space. She specifically described it as a cosmic ambiance of never-ending space. So someplace that looks as if you're in space and keeps going on forever. The third piece of artwork is called Casserole and Clothes Muscles, which was made in 1964 to 1965 by Marcel Brotheters. The meaning behind the artwork is that he chose the mussels because they are a delicacy where he is from in Brussels, and he also used an old pot, a reused pot, to put his mussels in, which shows him blending the new and the old and using materials, whatever materials he could find. The last piece of artwork I'm going to show you guys is called Clock 1 and 5, the English and Latin version, which was made in 1965 by Joseph Kosa. He decided to see how everyday objects are viewed by how language affects them, which is why he put many definitions of the words associated with time next to a clock and a picture of a clock. He used materials that most people wouldn't, like the definitions, a picture of a clock, and an actual clock. So for the art project that we're going to do for conceptual art, it's going to be some paper airplanes, but we're going to draw on the papers first in the front and the back. Like I did, I drew some leaves in the front and then some clouds and some birds in the back. You could draw whatever you want and whatever color of paper you want. I chose the green one because I wanted to make it nature. So the meaning, since conceptual art is all about the meaning behind the artwork, I chose to make it about nature, and green like to resemble the color of trees, grass, and all of that, so it like represents nature. And also it's any material that you could find. So in our case, since we always have paper, most people always have paper, that's why we're going to be using paper for this, and then markers to draw it, and then the rest is up to you to make it. So to start off, we're going to fold the paper in half. I'm going to start with this, so the other part is on the outside. So we're going to fold it in half like this. We're going to make sure it's completely flat. And then what we're going to do is the corner of this, we're going to fold it so it looks like this. So it's like that. And then the other side, we're going to do the same thing. And fold it like this. Once we're done, it's going to look like this for right now. And then we're going to grab this part and then fold it all the way so it is on this line on the bottom here. And then we're going to fold it until it is like this. It looks like that. And then we're gonna grab the other side and do the same thing to that and fold it until it's like that. And you have to fold it very well and press on the creases so that it doesn't lift up. And then there you have it. You have your paper airplane that you grab like this, and then you could even launch it and it's going to fly. And then you can make as many as you want and with as much paper as you want and whatever design. So here you can see the clouds, part of the bird. And then the best part is that on the bottom, you could see the flowers. So it looks just like nature, which is inspiration with it. So have fun, and this is how you make your airplanes.